the stream is love. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe. No Days Off DFS here to bring you guys that WNBA slate breakdown for the nice little 2 game slate we got today. We got a back-to-back for the Las Vegas Aces coming off of their dominant performance with a Alicia, with a moralless player who we just needed to just be out there on the floor. Who we just needed. We just needed. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's good. It's good. That bald headed man gonna get what's coming to him. As you guys see, I got my boy BK on the line with me, so we go ahead and go over the slate. He said he's been enjoying doing the live stream, so definitely got my bro on here. Looking at the injury report for today, really, it's only one game I really feel like we got to pay attention to for the injuries, and that's going to be Sykes. Whether or not she's going to play or not, she missed the last game with a knee. Was it right? It was. I know it's a leg injury.
Leg injury.
Okay, so that's the only one really to me that sticks out, unless the Aces decide they want to rest somebody on their back end of back-to-back, but I doubt it. Starters really didn't have to play too deep into that game. Indiana Fever, they got rid of DeWanna Bonner. She's now on the waiver wire or wave or whatever the hell it is that they did. They signed back Ari McDonald, so hopefully that means we see less Sydney Colson out there on the floor. Please. There was a reason why the Aces did not really play her minutes, and I don't know what Indy thought they were doing. For the Sparks, they're just still without Odysseus Sims. That's pretty much it right there. Head on over to DraftKings, the site I play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the King. We got $20K to first, $20 entry, of course, to go ahead and win the big bucks. But it's not bad. I will say, maybe save your breath for tomorrow because tomorrow is a 5-game slate. And it is tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tomorrow is a 5-game slate. And I actually think while I'm talking about it, I think somebody else is on a back-to-back, right? Yep, the Fever on the back end of a back-to-back. They play my Dallas Wings tomorrow. They get to travel on down to Dallas, and it is the first matchup that we get to see of Paige versus Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Twitter about to be World War III. Right. It's about to be World War III. The CCC gonna be out there in full force, man. I'm telling you, that's gonna be crazy. But all right, starting off with the loss on the Spark side of things over here. I mean, the matchup is good for them. This should be a good matchup both ways. We just got to worry about if the Sparks can actually keep it close going up against the Fever. Ham Bam at 10K. Not a bad price for her. I don't mind it, especially after last game. We saw Azure go out there and pop off at 9,800. Maybe we can flip it back over to Hamby. Hamby's kind of been the Alicia Gray over here for this team. She's even keel. She's not doing too much, but she's not doing too little. She's just doing just enough to get by. That's pretty much what it's been like for her over these last couple of days, last couple of slates. Kelsey Plum is the one who definitely owes me some money because yeah, her performance out there going up against the Chicago last game is forgettable. It took her a minute to actually get to 30.5 fantasy points, and honestly, she should have had way more. Miss all of her threes, just straight up, just an off-pissing performance. But Azure Stevens, she's been playing pretty well over the last couple games, and honestly, you can play opposing bigs, opposing centers, especially those that can't stretch the floor, going up against the Indiana Fever. Her price tag definitely would be something I wouldn't mind getting down to if you don't want to pay up for Derek Hamby or for Kelsey Plum. But the one that really sticks out to me is Rakia Jackson, 7,800, still without Odyssey Sims. So the shot attempts and stuff, they're still going to be there. She's playing some pretty good minutes over her last couple games. I don't see a reason not to come down here and play her. She's going to get what? Lexi Hull defense? I mean, Lexi's a decent defender, but I'm not too scared in regards to that right there. But still, man, like I like Rakia Jackson here in this spot and whatnot. What you got?
For me, I really like Plum. Last year in third or fourth game, she had 18 or more points versus this team. I think she's going to get a decent matchup today.
Mm.
So I'm really big on that one. I like her a ton today, like you said. This should be a really nice bounce back spot for her. Hamby, she's coming off a decent performance. I like her in this spot today. Just like you said, she's doing a lot for this team. She can get the rebounds, she can get the assists, she can block still. So I really love her today. Like you said again, with Stevens coming off a massive game versus the Sky, this is a spot where she's found some success. So I don't mind going back to her. Me personally, I probably prioritize Hamby over her just right now. um, I just think she has the higher ceiling of the two, but I won't take anything. It's not a knock to Stevens because, like you said, she has been playing really well over the last 3 games. If I can go ahead and I really didn't have a ton of interest in Rakia Jackson. I'm fine with her. I did have some slight interest in Shea Petty today. And then if I could touch a little bit on that Indiana side,
Yeah, go ahead.
for me, I think Caitlin Clark is due. She lit this team up last year with nothing less than 48 fantasy points. And the team hasn't changed much if you think about it. Like on paper, it really hasn't changed much. They added Kelsey Plum, who's really not known for her defensive side of the game. So I'm really not scared of this team today. I think this is the one team where she can actually get back on track. So I like her a ton today. Most people might be off due to her recent game logs, but this is the spot, man. This is the spot for her to get back right. I have a ton of props listed for her today, and it's just trying to figure out which ones I'm gonna take. And then she gets another bump because she's back at home today as well, too. So um, I think this is the spot where we can finally pay up for Caitlin Clark and possibly see triple double upside in this matchup. Aaliyah Boston, um, last year she had nothing under 17 points versus the Sparks. This is another good spot for her. She's been playing really well. Her points was listed at 15. I already posted a two pick with her points. I thought that was just way too low for her, especially in this spot where they're going to need her presence as well. They already down bigs. They really don't play Brianna Turner. They really don't play Timpson as well. So I can see a lot of minutes for her going in this game. And then I do think Natasha Howard is sneaky. Like we talk about it all the time. Great plays, but just come with some major, major risks. Can't keep her hands to herself. Mainly foul trouble and then just poor play sometimes. But I do like the spot a little bit for her here. I don't hate it. I think she's like 5,300 on FanDuel. But again, man, that comes with some major risks. If you can find somebody better in the same price range, I definitely would prioritize them over Natasha Howard. But again, she's one of those plays that could take down a tournament for you, as she will be low on just due to her recent play. Um, it is a revenge spot for Ari McDonald as well. And then Kelsey Mitchell, I wasn't super high on. I do like her 153s today. But other than that, that's pretty much, man, that's pretty much all I got for this game.
Of course, before I can even get over here to talk about it, not really a matchup with CC. Is she's miles better than Paige, and I'm not a CC fan. Are we serious? Are we serious? Again, I've said this take several times. They're two different guards in aspects of how they play. Their play style is completely different. I still think that Paige has a deeper bag in regards to her scoring because she can score legit in the mid range. She can actually finish around the rim. And what Clark does better is be able to shoot the three ball better than Paige currently right now. That's always been my take whenever I look at the two guards, comparing them, so on and so forth. But I mean, the playmaking, they both were pretty good elite playmakers right there. But Clark, yeah, I know she's leading the league in assists. Okay, we can maybe say she's a little bit better than Paige. Paige plays pretty decent on defense, and yeah, I'm looking through it with Paige colored glasses right now. But I don't think that we could say that Clark is miles better than Page, but we'll see. We'll see in that matchup how it goes, what it looks like, and whatnot. I expect that game to be a true banger, and I'm hoping my Dallas Wings do not disappoint. Do not disappoint. But back to the regular schedule program. Any in the FIFA side, just like what you said, this is one of those spots where we can actually just straight up stack Clark in Boston. Like this is it. We've been waiting for something like that. They're back at home. We know that surprisingly, Clark is way better at home than what she is on the road because she has been horrible these last couple games. Has not been paying off this price tag at all whatsoever. Triple double upside, just like what you said. I looked at the history too. Nothing short than 40 versus these guys last season, and the team. It's not like they have like a lockdown defender that's going to go out there and scare you from being able to go out here and do something going up against them. So love that right there for Clark, and then the same thing for Boston on the interior. Unless shoot, she should honestly be able to get what she wants going up against Stevens. That shouldn't be a problem. And then it's not like Hamby's a world known defender out there either, so that's good. I would say not going to go back to Kelsey Mitchell. Lightning has to strike twice, like truly twice, for me to even consider going to Kelsey Mitchell. She could go out there have a good game. She couldn't. But Lexi Hull 7,300, kind of a nice little sweet spot. Back at home too. Role players do play better at home. I do think that 73 is not bad if I was deciding if I'm going to play Lexi Hull or Kelsey Mitchell. And we'll see when I do a deep dive later on if I'm going to truly go with Lexi Hull, because we ain't going to talk about last slate, but yeah, Lexi Hull, man. Outside of that, definitely no interest in Natasha Howard. Not even doing that right there. Sophie Cunningham, she's there. Sid Colson, not with the fact that they got Ari McDonald. Not even going to do that. Any props that you want to go over for this game before we go over to Washington and the Aces?
I do like I said, Kelsey Plum 17.5 points. I think it's a goblin. I like that. Waiting on field goal attempts for Kelsey Plum as well. Like I said, Kelsey Mitchell 153s is always perfectly fine with me. 24.5 PR for Hamby. I do like. I want to see what her free throws come in at, and then her 34 fantasy points. Last year she had nothing under 38 fantasy points, I believe. So I really like that fantasy score for her at a 34 even.
You say Hamby, right?
Yeah. Or
it's at 33.
33? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think I played it this morning at 34, and so it's 33 right now, so definitely I would take that too. Because this is one of those games that it could be close. This could be a close game. I know it's a 10.5 spread, but LA ain't no punk, and they ain't no rollover team.
Yeah, they got Stevens at 12 points flat out.
I like that prop as well too. Also her rebounds. I'm waiting to see what her defensive rebounds is going to be. But like I said, man, with Caitlin, I like her 5 rebounds, waiting on field goal attempts, waiting on 3-point attempts. 40.5 fantasy points is okay with me. And then her RA, I feel like the RA is too low at 14.5 back at home. That's a play I can definitely get behind. Then for Boston, pick of the day, 15 points. Caught it at 15 even. And then I like her PR. I just took her Goblin PR at 19.5. She should cover that real easily. Field goal attempts, yes and no. Only reason being is because if she gets more foul shots than attempts today, that's gonna kind of kill you. So for me, I would just take her point straight up, or like I said, take her Goblin PR at 19.5. That's just, it feels like that's just free. Other than that, that was what I had.
All right. Last night when I was looking through the board, and I know that not everybody has the first half tab and whatnot, but we looked at it. Aaliyah Boston 16.5 fantasy points scored. I love that one. That was like, it stuck out. It was like, that to me is low for her and what she could do. I mean, it was kind of like the same thing yesterday when we saw Tiffany Hayes at 12 fantasy points. I was like, what?
Yeah.
12? That's crazy. But 6.5, I like it. That's mid-ground. As long as she stays out of foul trouble, Boston will play more than enough minutes to be able to cover that. Great matchup for her, of course, scoring-wise, and then also, rebounding. And who knows? She might be able to go out there, get a steal or a block or something like that, get an assist or two in that right there as well. So definitely do like the upside for that. They finally got the Aces, and whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna look at that while we talk about the Washington taking on the Las Vegas
Yeah,
Aces. You want to go ahead?
I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'll start with that one because I gotta jump in the shower and get ready for his appointment. But yeah, if Brittany Sykes play, I love her today. I think it's a really good spot for her, especially in the game. It's an 8.5 spread. They're catching the Aces on a back-to-back, and we know that this Washington Mystics team got a lot of fire, got a lot of heart. They got a lot of grit to them. And we were talking about the other day that, Stanley Johnson is doing a really great job over there with this team. With the way his rotations look, with the way he's playing his players, he's doing a really, really good job and getting the most out of his players as well. So I love Brittany Sykes. Her 4 assists, I definitely will lock that in. Right now, while it's 4 even. If you look at her prior history, I don't think she played last year, but the year before last, she covered 4 assists in each of those games, I believe. Um, so I'm definitely that's one prop that I'm looking at. Again, I would lock that in just to catch it at 4 even, just in case she does play. If she doesn't play, you just get a DNP, and it doesn't hurt you. So like you play a 2-man, you're just gonna get your money back. You play anything other than that, you just one less than that than what you played. Um, Citron had 19 points in this first matchup, but also you got to remember Sykes didn't play in that first game. I do like her. I think she gets a bigger boost if Sykes sit, but I think she's still really nice play, even if Sykes is in. That will help create more shots for her because we know Sykes like to drive the lane and she can drive and kick. So I like Citron 12.5 points as well today. Um, I had Sutton as kind of like a mid-tier play, but again, wait on that Sykes news. If Sykes is in, I'll probably get off of Sutton. Austin has just been playing extremely well over her last few games. I love her in this matchup today. Like I said, catching the aces on a back-to-back. She'll get the Stokes system today. So her 7.5 rebounds, I love that. Waiting on them to put up her fantasy score. I don't know if they got it up now, but whatever her fantasy score is, I probably just take it. When you look at her history, she again another spot where she's basically a fantasy point per minute monster. So you definitely can go there. If we talking about the aces side of things, oh well, I like Kiki as well today. I like her 11.5 points. I just feel like I need to go and look at that last game and see how many minutes Austin played. But I think this is a spot where she can actually do work alongside Austin today. So I wouldn't sleep on Kiki today either. Especially with the way Austin's playing, everyone's gonna gravitate towards her. So that's lower ownership on Kiki. And her 11.5 points is worth the look as well.
Kiki.
For the Aces, I do think Chelsea Gray gets a decent matchup because I feel like if Sykes is in, they definitely going to try to put her on Jackie Young, one of the guards that they know can kill them since Gray and Jewel Lloyd has been super inconsistent to start
Hey,
this
Lloyd turned it
season.
around.
Um, yeah, Lloyd turned it around yesterday. Great spot, great matchup for her. Not really big on her today, but I still like the spot for her. Like I said, probably more bigger on Chelsea Gray today. Love her 4 assists and her 16.5 PA. Asia Wilson, even on a back-to-back, I personally still love the spot. She's looking like old Asia after that last game, and so I don't mind going back to her. She's sitting at 9 rebounds. I feel like that's way too low. You get that. I don't even mind looking at her demon assist at 3.5. Um, just Asia's being Asia right now. She's trying to will her team some wins, and I know she's frustrated with the losing. So I love her again today. Like I said, even on the back to back, I mean, it's Asia Wilson. You never know what you're gonna get out of her. So on any slate that she's on, I would definitely consider her. And when you look at the game, she can definitely be one of the higher scores on this slate. Um, Jackie Young, man, they took the one prop that I wanted for her, which was her 3.5 assists. And I was trying my best to hurry up and get that in. And before I can get it in, they pulled it. So probably just gonna go with her 2.5 goblin assist prop today. But I like Jackie Young, but like I said, I'm gonna wait on that Sykes news. If Sykes is in, then I'm probably off for Jackie Young. But if Sykes sits again today, then yeah, you can bump Jackie on today. She's probably gonna have a really good one. Other than that, that was everything I had, bro.
All right. So what? Got a question right here. Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark 3 points made combo is sitting at 5.
I can see that. I can see that happening, especially at home. And I don't think the Sparks have been paying attention to what everybody else have been doing to stop Caitlin Clark. So I think they just play straight up defense today, and she just get money. So yeah, I like that. But combos, man, combos just be careful with them combos, man. They have been so hit or miss, and mainly missed and hit. So but that's a nice combo there.
I do like that one. I gotta look more at that Leah Boston 2.5 offensive rebounds. Uh, that would be one. You said you wanted Hamby's defensive rebounds, right?
Yeah.
It's at 5.
Her, what is Stevens at?
Stevens is at 6.
Okay. I had somebody else. Yeah, no, that was it then.
Okay. Yeah, Ace, I need to bounce back from yesterday too. Murrow not starting, freaking Sably getting pulled and not playing pretty much the second half at all. It was just yesterday was not it, man.
Man,
Yesterday
Sabrina
was
missed
not
by
it.
one attempt, bro. That
One,
shit
yeah.
was so annoying.
Sabrina, she Prize Picks could have saved the night. Had a nice little 6 pick that I put up on the board yesterday. It was just all right. Real quick for me, literally, I let you take the lead because I knew you was gonna pretty much say everything that I was gonna say. If Sykes is in, Sykes is in. Not a bad play, 10-1. Just gotta wonder how that leg is gonna be. With or without Sykes, they've already played this team before. Shakira Austin didn't play, and the Twin Towers is showing that they legit, they real. Kiki and Shakira Austin, love both of them in this matchup. Love both of them for the spot. Um, Kiki's already shown me that she can play versus the Aces and not get into foul trouble. So I don't mind playing Kiki at that AK price tag coming down off Shakira Austin. But either or, both of them love the upside, love the spot for them both. And then if over here on Prize Picks, if Austin ever gets added to the board, depending on what they put her points at, if they keep putting her points sub 15, I'm taking it. If they're gonna give
They just
like her
pulled
first,
Austin.
unless I just typed in her name wrong.
She was on there this morning when I typed it in, when I was
Yep.
looking at the Mystics as a whole.
Nope, I do not see Austin at all.
What the hell? That's how
Kiki's
I
up
got her.
here. Yeah, no.
Type in the Mystics and see who all on the board.
For Washington, you got Brittany Sykes, Kiki, and Citron.
Oh man. Did Austin get ruled? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go check that.
That's
All right, you go
that's
ahead, finish
that's
up.
all I
I
got
need to
over
go. I need to jump in the shower anyway. So I'm about to go look and see what's going on.
there. All right,
And then I'll text you and let you know.
you're
All right, brother.
all right, bro. Hey, tell
Yep.
little man, good luck. It's gonna
Yes,
be all right.
sir. I got you, bro.
All right. Finishing it out. But yeah, long as Shakira Austin's in, I do love Shakira Austin here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on her props and stuff like that for today as well. Centers going up against freaking Las Vegas Aces. It's been a thing. It's been a spot, an easy spot where you can attack, and I do like the upside. Outside of that, Emily Inkster is going to be out, so I imagine that's going to be more minutes possibly for Leah Edwards. So little value that you could possibly get right there, or if you want to trust Dulce here in this spot, either or would be what you can do right there. For the Las Vegas Aces, it is always going to be Asia Wilson, Jackie Young to me. Asia's looking much better over the last couple games. Went out there last night, 52 fantasy points going up against Connecticut. Straight up just slam dunk. Again, 11-4, that she would be the pivot if you want to pivot off of coming and paying for Hamby, paying for Boston or something like that. I actually don't see a need to play Asia on today's slate, if I'm being honest. I don't think you need to play Asia. But if you want to go like the Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson type lineup for today, you definitely can. But I don't think we have to actually play Asia on today's slate at all. And then, like always, if I'm going to fade Asia, I'm not going to play her. I am going to end up looking at one of these three guards right here: Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd. I will say Lloyd, like I said, she's been actually playing pretty well over the last couple games. More consistent. Long as she's hovering like right around that 25 fantasy points range, I can justify going over there and playing her for that 8,300. That's not bad. But she's like priced up just a little bit more than Lexi Ho. Maybe I go ahead and just play Lexi Ho. That would just be the ideas and stuff that would go through my head whenever I'm looking at it right there for me in that spot. Over on Prize Picks, I really didn't see too much when I was looking through the board for the Las Vegas Aces and whatnot, depending on if Austin just all of a sudden got ruled out or something crazy just happened. What's Ages assist at? Regular line? Nope. That 2.5 Goblin, that would be something I can potentially look at. The field goal attempts would definitely be something I could look at. For her sitting at that 16, that's not bad. Jackie Young, 4 rebounds. I will definitely play that again. Jackie Young, 4 rebounds. Love that one. Lloyd, for whatever reason, has been sneakily grabbing some boards lately. I'm going to have to look at that right there for her. For sure. I'm definitely looking at the Lloyd rebounds. I'm going to look a little bit deeper. But yeah, once they figure out what's going on with Shakira Austin, if we can get Austin back on the board, then I definitely want to look at some of her props, because this should be one of those easy spots where I can see her being able to get some stuff. Anyone got any questions before I go ahead and hop off, do a little bit of a deeper dive and look more into some prop plays and stuff like that, possibly get something out for you guys with that today. While y'all do that, I'm going to go ahead and look through my other stuff. Let's see. Honestly, you can game stack the this the Fever in this game. Let me see. I could go. Let's see. What's host threes at? Don't got host threes. I could possibly mess with. I wish that the rebound. Oh, rebounds is at 4 flat. I could do Lexi Ho 4 rebounds or her points, but I'm gonna do Lexi Ho points, and I'm gonna do Boston. We want 8.5 rebounds for Boston, 6 defensive rebounds for Boston. Let's go 6 defensive rebounds. I know she burned me last time out, only getting 4 versus Seattle, which just was crazy. Didn't make any sense to me on that side right there. And I actually do like Clark, the assist, 9.5 assist. And then on the flip side, let's go with Kelsey Plum, 20 points, flat out for Plum. Do I want to go Hamby or do I want to go Stevens? Hamby, Stevens. Actually, let's see. What's Rakia up here at? I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. You said reasons for fading Asia today. So the only reason why I would fade, it's not necessarily a fade. It's just the price. That's what it comes down to. Because I'm looking at the other game, the Sparks taking on the Indiana Fever versus Asia Wilson over here. Her price is at 11.4. I think Boston in the matchup. It's a great matchup. We just saw Cardosa and Angel Reese be able to go out here and just have a big game going up against this exact same Sparks team. Like it's a good spot to just be able to pivot off of the higher price player and come down to one that has the exact same upside and one that has shown that she has the Asia Wilson upside in the spot. She's put up over a fantasy point per minute last season going up against them. And I mean, literally, Cardoso just dropped 42. When Maria started over there for the Lynx, she dropped 34 versus them. In fact, Bentley, before she went overseas, she dropped 46. So it's just like the upside. Like it's the tandem of Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark in this spot. I just like it. I like the position to come down and get the savings to go to Boston over Asia. That's what I'm saying. I guess fade was the wrong word to say that. The pivot off of Asia would be coming down here and going to like Aaliyah Boston or over here on the Spark side, a Hamby or a Stevens, because they have a good matchup, good spot, good upside to be able to do just as much as what Asia can possibly do over there in that matchup. And I mean, looking at it real quick, the total, I'm pretty sure the total in the Sparks game is going to be higher than what it is for the it's a 173.5 total in that game. And then it's a 161.5. So it's a much higher total as well, for you to be able to stack from the other game versus going over here and playing Asia Wilson at 11-4. Yeah, Asia's going to be a whole team, but I definitely can just see the world where I just play, something from DeWanna Bonner. A quitter? Nah, never been that. But when the time comes, let's just make sure the apologies are just as loud as the disrespect. In due time. DB. Hey, we got to get some answers, though. We got to get some answers. Because it's something. They saying that she didn't quit. I still believe something happened behind the scenes that we don't know. We're not gonna know. It's not gonna come to light. It's gonna be some ish. Now I know the CCC, y'all straight up done turned tail on her. Of course, in the comment section, she definitely quit. This overrated. How does she define quitting then? She's so clueless, but she did indeed quit. Well, if it quacks like a duck, tone deaf, what a fucking baby. What does this even mean? Oh man, hey, it don't matter. She going back to the Phoenix Mercury. She about to go play with her baby over there. Because I don't see her going down to Atlanta, unless, which I wouldn't mind if DB went to Atlanta. I would not mind if DB went to Atlanta if they were able to make that happen. Because then you can pick if you're going to start Brittany Griner or Brianna Jones. Let D slide in right there to the 4. We know she can play the 4. Starting lineup of Canada: Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, DeWanna Bonner, and Brianna Jones. I mean, reunited, and it could feel so good right down there. I wouldn't hate it. Yeah, the Caitlin Clark clan are definitely, look, whatever team she lands on, I'm gonna definitely be tuned into the return game for when she goes and plays in Indiana or when she goes to Indiana. I don't give a damn. I'm laddering her points all the way up to 30 plus, 40 plus, whatever the highest amount is going to be on the books for that day, because I do feel like she going to come back out there with that vendetta. She going to show them I quit. Bet. Fever, racist trash fans caused her to leave. It's pretty obvious. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's something. It was something out there that caused her to leave. And just like everybody else, I would love to know. Like, what was it? CCC needs some history lessons and put some respect on DB. They do. Like, this is an actual WNBA champ, and she's done so much. She it's hard to put it into words on how a lot of the fans that have come into the league in the last 2 years undermine a lot of what a ton of the WNBA players have done, and kind of just feel like, oh, this is the first time that I'm hearing your name. This is the first time, yes, that you are hearing their name and stuff, but their name's been floating around for years. And it's only just been getting bigger with the rise of social media. Some of these older players, they're not on social media like that. Some of them are starting to get more hip and lean to being on social media and things of that nature. So yes, we're starting to see more and more of this, that, and the third. And hey, national media doesn't necessarily cover the W for every single thing that they do out here in the world. I mean, one of my favorite accounts that I literally tweet all the time, because they actually are posting quite a bit in regards to whenever they have a good night in WNBA, besides Underdog WNBA, they actually post whenever players are out here doing good, things of that nature. But Women's Hoop Network over here on X, I love what they post, what they do. They always go ahead and cover the highlights and stuff like that, that they go ahead and post. And I love it. Like Kate Martin last night. Kate Martin was a huge reason why that game was actually so close last night for the Golden State Valkyries. And for a team that is brand new, a team that most of your team was overseas playing, they are good. I really truly feel like the head coach, I honestly, I'm not even gonna try to butcher her name or try to guess it or whatnot, but she was a big reason why the Aces were so good. Like Becky Hammond, you're right, but Jackie Young, bro. Jackie Young getting her powers back. She getting the powers back. Asia Wilson, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. Fastest player in WNBA history to reach 5,000 points. Tell me how many national media posts or outlets is that going to be on today? Tell me how many are going to actually talk about the fact that she is the fastest, that she was the fastest one to reach that milestone. How many are going to actually cover that? Is Stephen A. Smith going to cover that today? No. Instead, it's going to be the NBA draft from last night. That's what's going to be covered, about the fact that, oh, we already knew Cooper Flag was going to Dallas. You know, Cooper Flag going to Dallas. Ace Bailey and his bullshit talking about that he didn't want to play for the Jazz, still got drafted to go to the Jazz. Kind of wanted him to be in New Orleans, so I would have been able to go down and go see him play down there. But that's not going to be covered. This milestone, I will be shocked if anyone actually covers that shit, man. Completely just shocked. Speaking of the NBA draft, let's pull that up on over here. Let's see. Of course, Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper went. Oh shit, Spurs got a real one. I think if the Spurs would have knew that they would have got the number 2 pick in this year's draft, do you think that they would have actually traded for De'Aaron Fox? Like, would they have actually traded to get De'Aaron Fox? Because there's a log jam up there at the guard position now. You like Natasha Howard today. Truth be told, for Natasha Howard, and unfortunately, I hate this new update that they have because it can't show. Oh, wait, there it goes. So her minutes. That's my problem. The problem for me with Natasha Howard right now is her minutes have been seesawing and up and down, and she's not producing at to me, a good enough level to justify wanting to play her at the 6,700. Right now, it's looking like, okay, we need to be looking at Lexi Hull or Sophie Cunningham, because right now, Sophie Cunningham kind of is giving me more of an upside than Natasha Howard is when she's out on the court. So that price tag at 6,700, if you're making multiple lines, GPP option, yes, you can go there. It is a decent spot for her to be able to go and have a bounce back pop game with no one paying attention to her. But I myself, I am not on Natasha Howard. It's just the usage, the minutes, everything is down on her. So I am personally fading, and like that is the correct word. I am fading Natasha Howard. I'm not going to go there. I'm not. Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe. So you're going to have Maxi McCain, I think that was his name. VJ. Don't they still have Kelly Oubre over there on the 76ers? Paul George, Joel Embiid. Not bad. Let's see. Who did my Thunder draft? That's what I'm more trying to figure out. Okay, we got Thomas Schober. I'm going to have to go look at his highlights. Couple despite his first with a foot injury. No. Did we get another one that's going to be like not playing in his first year? He expects to be healthy coming in fall when he will join the deep Thunder roster that won't. Oh, okay. Well, hey, bro, get ready to play a lot in the G League, because you're definitely not going to be playing unless we're getting rid of like some of our backup centers. Do you lean in terms of spreads or total? All right, so hold on. I got to go back to the WNBA tab over here. Why is the scoreboard doing this to me? I don't know. Looking at Thursday, we got Indy a 10.5 point spread going up against the Sparks, 173.5. God damn, that total is high as hell. Back and forth game. Of course, we're gonna expect the Fever to win this game, being on their crib. 10.5. I do think that is a bit much right there. If anything, I would take the plus 7.5 for the Washington Mystics right now, because the Aces they blew out Connecticut. Like, that's the only actual team that they've been able to blow out. Washington Mystics, they can actually hang with you. They actually have the team that can actually go toe to toe with the Aces, and then I'm getting the Aces on the back end of back-to-back. This would be my more favorable play, the plus 7.5 for the Washington Mystics, and it should have much better odds on it than trying to take a money line or anything like that. Yeah, it's a minus 120 compared to that. I wouldn't mess with the total in this one. If anything, probably look at like a first half under, which, let me see if I can't pull it up on DraftKings real quick. Damn. They are 575, 130. Oh, that's even better over here on DraftKings actually than what they got over here for. Yeah, I would take that 8 for the spread for the Washington Mystics. DraftKings has a higher total than what ESPN has too, by the way. Maybe take the under right there on that 174. Because you're telling me both teams got to go out here and score like almost 80 something. Stop playing. Stop playing. You lying, right? Like you lying, right? There's no way. You're lying. I don't believe that. Drop the link. I don't see that anywhere. I don't see that, bro. You had me scared for a second. Like, what? But I say, shit, if she's out, then I would definitely hammer this plus 10.5. If you see that Clark is out, I would take that plus 10.5, quick, fast, in a hurry, heartbeat. Bro, I don't. Oh, shit. Take that plus 10.5 real quick while you can. Take that plus 10.5. Take that plus 10.5. Take that plus 10.5. Take that plus 10.5. Take that plus 10.5 real quick before the books adjust it. Take it. I just seen it. It just popped up on Underdog. Yep, it just popped up on Underdog. Caitlin Clark growing rolled out Thursday. Take that plus 10.5 for the Sparks. Take it. Damn, that means now we gotta look at Kelsey Mitchell. And they have to add. We got to get Ari added to the slate on DraftKings, bro. Like you have to add Ari, and then also Ari was over here playing for whatchamacallit too. You got to add Ari. You got to give us Ari, bro. You got to. Damn, a groin. Is she trying to dodge the smoke? Is she trying to dodge the smoke with my? Nah, I'm about to stir up the pot. She's dodging that smoke with She's dodging the smoke. She's dodging smoke. Oops. Oh no, you play. No. You get. That sucks. That freaking sucks. Because Boston without Clark has always been just so fucking bad. Fuck. I don't know if I could still fade Boston just because the matchup is still just too good. Boston, man, you got to. All right, we gotta look a little bit deeper now. Damn. I would still mess with Boston props, like her rebounds or something like that. That's one thing that she actually still decently did, even without Clark being out there. Pulling up Boston, bro. You just turned the slate on the head of the slate so far this season. Games without Caitlin. I mean, hey, you could definitely take Boston's assist because we do know that she was dishing it. She was dishing that thing over there for for them when CC was out. I'm pulling up the slate now to see if Ari was added. No, Ari is not on the slate over here on DraftKings. Let's see if I can't message my DK rep real quick. Hold on. She gonna be fine for the Dallas game. All right. Nah, bro. She dodging that smoke. Like, she looks so fucking bad without her. Boston's assist, though, that's definitely a play I would go ahead and hop on to. This will be a ladder spot. You could ladder her up to like 5. I mean, we've seen that she's had high going up a versus like 8. They're middle of the pack in regards to assists they give up to opposing centers, but I would definitely go ahead and ladder that up right there. Let me see. Damn, man. Damn. Without Caitlin Clark, she really did struggle, except for in that game versus Connecticut right there. PRA wise, let's see. Caitlin, that was one home game. Washington Mystics, I can give her a pass on that. 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 17 points. DraftKings should still be able to add players. I'm literally about to try to message them now to see if we can't get somebody added. I've seen them, bro. We've seen them do this stuff for NBA before, where they've added players and stuff like that. So I don't see why they can't. But can we get Ari? All right. Can we get a player added to the player pool for the WNBA for the Indiana Fever versus Sparks game? We're gonna wait on that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with that right there. All right. Let's look at some insights over here while wait to figure out my life. That is so ass. I guess we'll focus on the team that we're not gonna. Oh, let me actually refresh because I know all lines are gonna freaking just shift and stuff. All right, Las Vegas Aces. Drew Lloyd has exceeded 1.5 assists in several home games. The odds are not really all that great on that. Lloyd has exceeded 13.5 points and assists in 5 straight games at home. That's interesting. That's interesting. 2025 season. Of course, we'll focus only on her home games. DVP, they're allowing the 10th most points to guards, 8th most points right there. That's actually pretty good. Minutes are looking pretty right there. Trying to play 26 minutes last night. Couple of assists. Definitely doing it, leaning more towards her points right there. But that 13.5 points and assists, that's not actually a bad look over there. I could play that straight. Definitely under the minus 150 line that I like to look at. Waiting for my contact. Jewel has a 7.5 and 6 straight home game. Yo, that's because she's honestly been boarding like crazy. Which, look at her rebounds. Head to head, she's cleared this clear as day head to head. Versus them 2025 at home. Definitely gonna be back to the Jewelloid. I'm definitely back on the Jewelloid wagon. I said it for when I was looking up there on Price Picks. I liked it. I don't know about you guys, but I like to focus on overs whenever I look at my props and stuff. I don't generally like to look at unders. Jewelloid, that 10.5 points. I do like that one too as well, just because she's been honestly on fire. She's been killing it head to head. Of course, this is showing. Um, she only had 9 net first meeting versus them. That kind of sucks actually, but she's been on fire lately. I definitely would look at it, consider it. That points and assists though, I do like the upside for that one right there. But Jackie Young, those 4 rebounds. It's calling my name. Chelsea Gray. Minus 160 for Age to actually go out here and rebound. 12 rebounds. Morning, Mama.
Dada,
What's up?
when I was sleeping, I got pushed all the way back to shore with a big wave.
With a big wave. She is 50% on the season at the crib for going over 8.5 rebounds. I don't see how she doesn't get that. She's definitely gonna need to be out there versus those double bigs. Head to head versus them. She's gone over this literally 100% last season versus Washington. Of course, that was without Shakira Austin, I'm pretty sure, last season, if I'm not mistaken. But Asia's rebounds, if you don't want to mess with Jackie Young's, but I really do. I love Jackie Young's rebounds. That's the one that I'm actually higher on. We don't have any overs or unders over here for Washington up here. What about the Sparks? What we got for the Sparks? Kelsey Plum is failed to exceed 28.5. Well, Kelsey ain't got to worry about running around necessarily trying to chase somebody on defense. Derek Hamby has exceeded 7.5 rebounds in 4 of our last 5 games versus bottom 5 teams for rebounds. Head to head versus these fools. She did I know that he was looking at defensive rebounds. Ooh. 50% on the road this season. Of course, she didn't get it versus the Chicago Sky, that double big line. Derek Hamby. I definitely would mess with the Derek Hamby defensive rebounds. That one doesn't look bad. Let's see. Okay. We do know Derek Hamby can dish the rock pretty well, and she's actually the forward, not the center. I hate when people don't distinguish that. Her RA would be something to look at. Like, this is just first looks. Stevens, 19.5 points of rebounds. If we actually believe in Stevens shit today, bro. What's your defensive rebounds? Stevens actually been hitting this defensive rebounds pretty well. Actually, I like that. Either one of those bigs, their defensive rebounds. Thank you for tuning in to the breakdown. So, what's Hamby's assist at? 3.5. I find that hard to believe they're not giving up that many assists to opposing forwards. But then, if I was to take it, I would take Azare for her defensive rebounds, Hamby for her assist. Like, those would be the 2 that I would look to right there. Damn, that really fucking sucks. I cannot believe this. Indiana Fever. Lexi Hull's points, which I was building out a slip too before all that happened. Look, everything that I had inside this thing, gone. All right, I gotta get off. I got some homework and stuff I gotta get done for school. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys drop the like on the video. Of course, if you guys made it all the way through all this and you were just sitting here chilling, hanging out with me, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Great. I'm gonna have player pool core, all that good stuff up posted a little bit later on today. Good luck to everybody today. Cash out, play safe.